Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to your 2025 Tarot Predictions video. My name is Cailin, and here at the CAISTROLOGY channel, I predominantly do astrology videos with a smattering of tarot videos, but I really do love to do tarot, so if you want to see more tarot content, please feel free to drop me a comment in the comments section below. I've got 4 different groups to choose from today, so I'll just put the pick a pile groups up on the screen there for you. So the first group that we have is the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck, and this is one of my all-time house favorites. It's by Annie Tarasova. For group 2, I'm using my Ethereal Visions deck, which is by Matt Hughes. For group 3, I'll be using my Earth Woman Tarot by Tan Ellis. And last but not least, we've got Tarot of the Divine, and this one is by Yoshitani. And so, without further ado, now let's get into group 1. Hi group 1, for those of you who chose the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck, as well as the Rose Quartz Crystal and the word of the year for you, which is heal. Before I get into the tarot, I'm actually going to go through your oracle cards. So I have pre-shuffled and cleansed all of the decks, but I've pre-selected cards for each group, although I don't know what we're going to find here because I haven't looked at them just yet. So for your animal card of the year, we've got the moth, which I'm going to place over here. Now, I'm going to look at the oracle cards and just get a bit of a feel for you for 2025, but then when we get into the tarot, I'll be going through quarter by quarter, so all 4 quarters for the year and what you can expect there. So we've got dreams as one of your oracle cards, and this says messages in dreams and visions. So first of all, moths always remind me of our loved ones on the other side, and because we've got this card here which says dreams, I feel like many of you are going to be receiving guidance and support from your loved ones on the other side, especially via your dreams or perhaps during meditation. Now, we've got the comic card, and whenever I see this card, obviously we've got a sad looking cat, which is kind of like a clown. This card is all about bringing more laughter and fun into your life. So I really feel like for you guys, group number 1, you are going to be doing a lot of healing, given that we've got rose quartz, which is actually a crystal for healing, and the word heal. And I really also feel that there's going to be a lot more laughter for you in 2025. And the feeling that I get is that in 2024, a lot of tears were shed. It feels like it was a very, very emotional year for you, but this year that is turning around. Now, as one of the oracle cards, we've got the forest floor here, and this says reincarnation. So already I feel like there's a big focus for you on reinventing yourself in 2025, and this is definitely going to be you guys showcasing your sense of humor and your witty side. I think that you're going through a big transformation at present, especially if you're watching this at the start of the year. But by the end of the year, you'll just have like a much more lighthearted approach to life. Now, one of the other oracle cards that we've got is the energy is gaining momentum. Okay, so it feels like in 2025, you're building up to some kind of big climax. It's something that you've been wanting to call into your life, and it's going to be different for all of you. Okay, for some of you, this is about a new career, a new job, a promotion. For others of you, this is about calling in a new relationship or taking your existing relationship to the next level. For others of you, you may be looking at starting a family or expanding your family further. And one of the other major things that's coming through here is centered around your home and living situation. So Maybe this is relocating, building, buying, extending, and so on and so forth. And for some of you, this could be an interstate or an international relocation. But I just want to focus on the fact that we've got the energy is gaining momentum and reincarnation. So I really do get this feeling like all year, and we'll look at the timing of it, right? Once we get into the 4 quarters of the year, but it's like you're wanting this, you're trying to manifest it, you're trying to call it into your life, you're trying to make the requisite preparations to get you ready for this new beginning. And it really does feel like there's a huge new beginning coming into your life. And for some of you, it could be, you know, multiple different things. In any case, let's have a look at one of your Angels of Abundance cards. So this says attracting, not chasing. And I'm going to read it out to you. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. So this card goes hand in hand with the energy is gaining momentum, but I just want to take this moment to tell you that you don't need to force things. I'm getting this energy of like efforting and, you know, pushing a boulder up a hill, and it feels as though you've really been struggling to call this new chapter into your life. But the advice from the cards is that you don't need to do this, because once you stop putting in so much effort to try to force the outcome, the universe will recognize that you're taking your hands off the wheel, and then it's going to come in with the goods to facilitate this new change for you. Now, lastly, before we get into the tarot cards, I want to look at what you're going to be healing this year. Now, 2 cards actually popped out for you guys, whereas the other groups only got 1. One of these cards is a solar plexus card. The other card is a heart chakra card. And with this particular deck, which is my, what's it called? Essential Oracle Cards by Lisa Powers, there's a trigger statement, a true statement, plus some guidance and advice for you. So first of all, we have the solar plexus card here, and this says self-worth at the top. So you are going to be focusing on cultivating more self-worth, generating more confidence, and really being fearless when it comes to stepping into alignment with your authentic self. The trigger statement, which is the untrue statement, is I am disgusting. Untrue. The true statement is I am a miracle. And the guidance is please be gentle and love yourself. Provide your body-mind with what it truly needs to carry you on your journey. Okay, so even talking about being gentle with yourself and loving yourself, you know, it's all coming back to rose quartz energy and the word heal. So I repeat, your word of the year, which I'm going to put here actually. Can you see that? No, that's not going to show. It's heal. So this year, 2025, is all about healing. And if you are wanting to accelerate your healing, I highly recommend that you invest in a piece of rose quartz. I don't sell crystals on my website, but you know, this is just advice that's coming through in the reading, and I'll have you know that I surround myself with rose quartz. This is one of my favorite crystals. I think my mum may have gotten this for me as a gift when I was a teenager, and my friend, one of my beautiful friends, Eva, I have like 3 or 4 friends called Eva, got me my rose quartz crystal, which was actually a gift when I entered into a new relationship. So I think that a lot of what's coming, and I share this with you because I feel that a lot of what 2025 is about is healing your relationship with your significant other, or healing yourself to a point where you feel ready to welcome love into your life, especially because you chose the rose quartz crystal, which is, you know, the #1 crystal for love. and romance and healing the heart. Oh, I didn't even read the other card. So this is the heart chakra card. And this says at the top, align. So this is all about alignment for you. The trigger statement, the untrue statement is, I feel conflicted. The true statement is, I am true to my highest self. The guidance is, your focus needs to turn within to reflect on your stories that are not true for you. Love is the way through. Now, group 1, if you were attracted to group 2 as well, there may be some messages for you in that pile because their word for the year was reflection. But now let's get into the 4 quarters of the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a card for career, finances, love, and family. Career, finances, love, and family. I'm just trying to remember the order for myself. So I'm going to do that for each quarter. So a card for career. So this is January, February, March of 2025. Wow, we've got the Magician. Okay, let's look at finances for you in the first quarter of the year. 5 of Wands. I'll show you these cards in just a moment, so just bear with me. And then we've got love and romance. 7 of Wands. And what did we say? Family. Strength. Actually, I'm also going to take one more for property and living circumstances. Okay, and I'm going to roll the dice as well for your first quarter to see. I've got Astro dice and I've now got 2 sets, which I'm really excited about. All right, come to that in a moment. So first of all, career in the first quarter of the year is looking really, really good for you guys. We've got the Magician. Okay, so this indicates that you have all of the resources, all of the qualifications required, and the motivation, and literally whatever it is that you need to take an important next career step. Some of you may be looking at starting a new business. Some of you may be looking at applying for a new job or a promotion, or perhaps you are wanting to study something further, which will mean that you're more qualified for your role or for the position that you want. Whatever it is, the Magician says you can do it, okay? So if there was a big question mark over, should I try this new thing? Should I interview for this position? Should I talk to my boss about this opportunity? Yes, 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 yes. Go for it. Very, very good energy with the cards coming through for career. When I look at your dice, we've got Capricorn, which is excellent for career. We have Jupiter, which indicates expansion in your career. Venus has come out as well. So Venus, you know, and Jupiter and Capricorn energy is all about being seen favorably when it comes to your work output or your career output. We've got the 9th house, which again ties into that Jupiter energy, and this indicates expansion or just like widening that vision for your career aspects and aspirations. And you know, this is also a nod to educating yourself further in something as it pertains to your work. Lastly, we have the 7th house and Libra, and if you recall, we also had Venus, Libra, 7th house. This all goes hand in hand because Venus is Libra is ruled by Venus, and the 7th house is Libra. So, you know, we've got the trifecta here, which is very interesting. So this indicates that new collaborations are afoot, new contracts, new business negotiations, and so on and so forth. So really, really great prospects for January, February, and March when it comes to career. Moving along to finances, we have the 5 of Wands. Traditionally speaking, this reflects conflict, but I'm just having a bit of a perfectionistic moment there. Anyway, with the 5 of Wands, this can represent a bit of conflict, but also being pushed and pulled in different directions. And also this can indicate having an abundance of different creative avenues that you can pursue. So because we have Venus and the 7th house here and Venus in the 9th house, you may be having to spend a bit more money than you anticipated when it comes to travel or possibly education. On a different note, this is indicative of there being a bit of stinginess when it comes through with a potential next job or promotion, or having to invest more money than what you initially anticipated in perhaps a business venture. And I say that because we have Venus in Capricorn, which is like tightening those purse strings, and also Jupiter in Capricorn, which is like, you know, feeling pushed to spend money that you're not comfortable with, or there not being as much money as what you thought when it relates to career is another avenue that we can, or another way that we can interpret that. Moving along though, when it comes to love, we have the 7 of Wands here. So, you know, obviously not all of you are going to be in relationships or married or single. It's going to be a really diverse mix of different scenarios for each person. Either way, the 7 of Wands tells me, and remember, this is a collective reading, but stick it out with your relationship. You know, that is if you are second guessing things. Should I give this person another chance? Should I stick around? Are they worth waiting for? The 7 of Wands is like, hold your ground and don't make any hard and fast movements. When it comes to the dice, Venus, Libra, the 7th house, is really, really positive for love and romance, and even Jupiter as well. But Capricorn here is like, there are some obstacles, there are some challenges, or perhaps there are some delays. And because we have Jupiter and Venus, which are the benefic planets in astrology, and Libra and the 7th house and the 9th house, this indicates marriage, okay? But Capricorn is, again, you know, maybe delaying things, or one partner feels ready before the other partner, or perhaps this is to do with commitment. In any case, I do feel that this first quarter of the year, when it comes to love, that there is a lot to, let's say, work towards or work through if you are in a relationship already. If you are single, this indicates that while there may be someone new coming through, or there may be like romance or dating in your life with Venus, Libra, and the 7th house, I don't think your relationship status will necessarily change. So you could just continue dating someone, and if you've been casually seeing someone, I don't feel that you're going to take your relationship to the next level in the first quarter of the year, but that doesn't mean to just, you know, completely throw in the towel. Lastly, with love, if there is, and relationships, if there is something that you feel very strongly and passionate about, the 7 of Wands is saying, hold your ground. You know, you don't need to budge on this situation. You can sort of like wait this person out and they may come around. Okay, moving on to family, we have the Strength card, and we've also got the infinity symbol here, which I love to see. So to me, this indicates family bonds strengthening, coming on, you know, getting back on the same page with an important family member or loved one in your life. The rainbow here indicates that this is reunion or forgiveness or strength in these family bonds that comes after a conflictual situation, because rainbows always follow the rain. So because we have Venus, Libra, and the 7th house, as well as Jupiter in the 9th house in the dice, this indicates that you can get onto the same page with a family member. You can talk about your future. There is this room here for compromise to an extent, but with Capricorn, I do feel that some hard and fast boundaries will need to be set into place when it comes to your family connections and your family ties. Lastly, when it comes to property and living circumstances, we have the Tower card. So something unexpected is happening when it comes to your property and living circumstances. The Tower doesn't need to be, you know, anything to fear. It can just be that there's something unexpected. Maybe this is like all of a sudden you have this opportunity to buy, to sell. Maybe someone is moving back in with you. Someone could be letting you know that they are moving out of your place. I would say that if getting some kind of insurance for your home has been on the cards, pun not intended, then you may want to actually go ahead and invest in insurance for your property or for your home. All right, so now let's move on to the second quarter of the year. Okay, I'm going to feed these cards back into the deck just in case they want to come out again, which does happen from time to time. More often than you would think, actually. So let's see, for the second quarter of the year, group 1, what do you need to know about career? King of Wands, very, very positive. We're going from strength to strength. Let's look at finances. 7 of Swords. Let's look at what's next. Love. Okay. Page of Swords, and then family. Oh, Page of Cups, beautiful. And lastly, home and living circumstances, or property and living circumstances. Wheel of Fortune reversed, interesting. And I will just roll these dice, just so you can see what I'm rolling into here. I've got all my dice. I don't know if you can, I don't want to like tip them over. Anyway, so what do we have? We've got Sagittarius, Taurus, Mercury and the 3rd house. Of course, Mercury belongs in the 3rd house. Saturn and the 11th house. Saturn also rules over the 11th house. Okay, very interesting. So let's get to it. When it comes to career, we have the King of Wands. All right, so this indicates to me that you are upping your game when it comes to your career. There's an opportunity here for you to take on more leadership responsibilities. Possibly there's an opportunity for a promotion or to prove yourself. Maybe this is going to be you starting a business or launching a new business or taking some kind of risk when it comes to your business. So this is very, very positive for career. And with the dice, we have Mercury in the 3rd house, which indicates that some of you may have these new business ideas, or maybe you're wanting to produce some kind of content piece. Maybe you're looking at starting a social media channel or doing something new and exciting with your website. Also with career, we have Saturn, and this is a career planet. So Saturn together with Taurus can indicate that you're looking at trying to create more stable finances or financial situation. We will get to finances in just a moment. Nevertheless, with the dice, we've got the 11th house here, and this is about receiving a lump sum of money, people who are investing in your business, receiving awards or acknowledgements or accolades for a job well done. So I think you're going to be receiving, let's say, communications or feedback about the work that you're doing, and it seems like it's going to be quite positive. When I move on to finances, I showed you the King of Wands cards. When I move on to finances, I get the 7 of Swords card here. So this straight away makes me feel like you should keep your financial situation private. Maybe someone is trying to nose around and ask you questions about how much you're earning, or like how much money you have saved in the bank. I just have a very strong feeling that you should keep your cards close to your chest when it comes to your finances and resources. And also, this is about a game of strategy here. So if you are wanting to, let's say, advance to a higher level of income, this quarter of the year, so again, the second quarter, may not be the quarter where you get that additional level of income. I'm also hearing play the long game with Saturn and the 11th house in Taurus. So you're working towards generating more finances and resources. Lastly, I'm getting hidden terms and conditions, hidden fees, money that's like there's resources that are available to you that you may not even realize. So there's something about your financial situation or that of your workplace in terms of budget that is going to be revealed to you probably towards the end of the second quarter. Moving along to love. I have the Page of Swords card. All right, so we're talking about romantic love. This can be, sort of flirty energy. And for some of you, I feel like you're going to be having fast communications with someone that you are interested in, or someone could be telling you that they have a crush on you or that they have feelings for you. If you are already in a relationship, the Page of Swords tells me that you are going to be having very, very important conversations during the second quarter of the year. And these are likely to be about your residual and passive forms of income, rent money. Also, this is going to be important conversations with your significant other about possibly travel and something to do with either your career or their career. Okay, so if you are in a romantic relationship or if you're already married, you could be planning a travel trip in the second quarter of the year. You could be traveling, or your partner could be traveling. There may be a bit of distance between you, so maybe one of you has to go away for a little while. Moving along, when it comes to family, we've got the Page of Cups. This is very, very positive for anyone who is wanting to start a family, for anyone who is wanting to reconnect with a child in their life. So for some of you, this could be nieces, this could be nephews. For others of you, if you have had like a bit of a rocky relationship with one or more of your children, this can indicate that healing, balance, peace, and harmony is coming through to your relationship with your child. Okay, so this is very, very positive for anyone who has children in their life that are their family. This also extends to grandchildren as well. You may find out that you are pregnant or going to become a parent. You may start trying for a family or to expand your family further in the second quarter of the year. If that is the case, the Page of Cups very, very much is the energy of children in the tarot. So this can indicate a new chapter or start coming when it comes to expanding your family, or maybe finding out you're going to be an uncle or an auntie or a grandparent. Lastly, when it comes to family, this has just come through. If your child or your niece or your nephew has been quite sick or quite unwell, this is a very, very positive sign that healing is going to come to them in the second quarter of the year. And in fact, I want to corroborate that with another oracle deck. So let's just see in terms of timing what you need to know about this subject matter. Okay, so we've got House 11. So this could be a bit of a healing journey that they are going on that starts in the second quarter of the year, and it's like you're getting good news. And by the way, this could just be that they've been anxious or depressed or not really, acting like themselves. But in November, I think that you're going to find that they experience a massive improvement, whether this is in their mental health or in their physical health. So this message won't be for everyone, just take it as it resonates. Given the fact that I have the third house as well as Mercury, this does represent those younger family members, okay, so children, nieces and nephews, and so on and so forth. Moving along, when I get to property and living circumstances, I have the Wheel of Fortune, but it's reversed. So this indicates that you're getting a second chance at something. So maybe there was a property that you wanted to move into, or maybe you are revisiting plans to build or to extend. I do feel that Something with your property and living circumstances is being delayed though, because the Wheel of Fortune reversed is like unexpected happenings with when it comes to timing. And given that we have Saturn and Sagittarius here with the dice, hang on, oh no, where was I? So Sagittarius, and we have Saturn showing. I just have this feeling that, you know, there's delays with contracts, or there's like a little hiccup, especially if you're looking to sign on with a new rental or to purchase a property. So just read the fine print, because it looks like there's something a bit uncertain about your property and living circumstances, and there's like delays, changing contract, settlement dates, or builders, or something of this nature. Or if you were meant to go and live with another person, or someone was going to come and live with you, it looks like the time frame on that is shifting in one way or another. Okay, so now, where's my deck? Let's move on to the third quarter of the year. All right, so let's just see. Third quarter of the year, take a card for career. Take a card for finances. What's next? Love. Family. Oh, 2 cards have come up for family. This is so beautiful. Oh my God, my heart. Living circumstances and property matters. Excellent. And let us roll the dice as well. The third quarter of the year. Okay, with the dice, we have the 3rd house and the 9th house, Mars and Aries. It's pretty cool. We've also got Sagittarius and Pluto. Okay, so career, I have the 5 of Cups card. All right, so this indicates that something's not quite going to plan in the 3rd quarter of the year. So this is July, August, and September. Maybe there's a delay. Maybe there's, you know, you're not quite getting the results that you hoped for, or something was promised to you, or you promised something to someone else, and it just doesn't quite land in the 3rd quarter of the year. It's nothing to, you know, be concerned about. We still have the 9th house in Sagittarius, so this tells me there will be expansion, and even Mars and Aries, which is very fast-paced. It's like there's going to be a rapid transformation and change when it comes to career. 3rd house indicates contracts, but Pluto is that destruction and regeneration. Okay, so the word reinvention is coming back to mind, or even like reincarnation. The forest floor. Okay, this is telling me that, like, I mean, I have to be honest in this reading. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, right? But there is some kind of disappointment when it comes to career. But this is going to allow you the opportunity to focus on other more important areas in your life. And I'll tell you what is coming through very, very positively, and that is love and family. Okay, so career is going to be a little bit on the back burner in the 3rd quarter of the year, but we do things in order here because I'm a Virgo moon. So when it comes to finances and resources, we have the 7 of stars, which in this deck translates to the 7 of pentacles. So this indicates that you're not quite seeing the financial results or yield or return that you were hoping for, but keep going, don't give up. The fact that we have, I repeat, the 9th house, Sagittarius, Mars, Aries, the 3rd house, and Pluto, there's a lot of rapid change. There's nothing slow about these dice. Okay, because Sagittarius in the 9th house are all about growth and expansion. Mars takes action quickly. Aries is the first and the fastest sign of the zodiac. You know, the 3rd house is also fast-paced communication, and Pluto is instant transformation. Okay, so whatever disappointments are here, whatever you're experiencing in the 3rd house, things are going to move very, very quickly. So with finances and resources, keep going, keep plowing along. Remember, we're attracting, we're not chasing, we're not forcing anything. All right, when it comes to love, we have the Chariot. This is the green light, you're moving forward or you're moving away from something. Okay, if there's been confusion about your relationship with another person, you will have clarity no matter what form that takes. Some of you will be entering into a relationship in the third quarter of the year. Some of you will be making it exclusive. Some of you will be taking it to the next level, whatever that means for you. This can be getting engaged. This can be moving in together. This can be getting married. This could be starting a family. This can be as simple as getting on the same page as another person. If you're single, this can indicate meeting someone and sparks are flying instantly. Maybe this is a friend, a co-worker, a client. I'm basing this on the third house energy. We have the ninth house energy. This could be someone you meet through travel, someone you meet through education, or someone you meet through spirituality or religion. If you are in a relationship that has been rocky or unstable and you've been unsure about whether to stay, whether to go, what's coming next, you will know. Now, I can't tell you what that'll be because this is a general reading and you still have free will and free choice. But the Chariot says you will not be in the same position in your relationship, no matter what it is, no matter who you are. Where you are at the start of the first quarter and where you are, not first quarter, third quarter, and where you are at the end of the third quarter will be different, okay? Moving along to family. I have the Two of Cups, I have the Lovers. Such healing is happening with you and another family member. It feels huge, it feels monumental. These two cards came out together, they just flipped out, and these are two of the most positive cards of the deck. This is reunion, this is healing, this is coming back together. This is, you healing your relationship with your parent or with your child or with your brother or your sister, or maybe this is your significant other and healing their relationship with their family, or your relationship with your sister-in-law or brother-in-law, or mother-in-law, father-in-law. It's like a long-standing issue is just completely transformed, and the slate is totally, I feel emotional as I'm saying this, totally wiped clean, especially because we have the third house, which is communications, but also siblings, nephews, nieces, cousins, aunties, and uncles, and Pluto. Okay, so this is like a total transformation of that connection, but we have the ninth house and Jupiter, so it's like onwards and upwards. So this is the third quarter of the year, July, August, September. Let me know in the comments below what happens for you. I'm very excited to hear. Moving along to your property and living circumstances. We have the Page of Pentacles, and here we have the Taurus constellation. This is setting a solid foundation when it comes to your property and living circumstances. For some of you, I see you signing a contract, to buy a new property or to sell or to relocate. For some of you, this is applying and receiving a visa or permanent residency or something like this. So some of you may be applying for that. Others of you may be receiving that. I know, most things don't happen within 3 months. On a different note, this is feeling stability, feeling like you know where you're going to live for the next few months or even year or longer, because that Taurus energy just gives so much stability. With the ninth house in Sagittarius, this can be an interstate move. This can be an international move. With Mars and Aries and Pluto in the third house, this comes about quickly. A decision is made quickly, and a transformation of your living situation is just, it's like the emotional feeling just totally transforms you and makes you feel so much better and so much more stable. Okay, so now let's move on to the fourth and final quarter of the year. Okay, let's see. So let's have a look at career, finances, card just came straight out, love, family, and property and living circumstances, last quarter of the year. Amazing. So now let me just roll the dice. Okay, so we start with career, death, and Three of Wands reversed. Okay, so this tells me pretty strongly that it's time to let go of something as it relates to your career, because death reversed is resistance. Death reversed is, I don't want to leave, I don't want to quit, I don't want to stop applying for this promotion, I don't want to let this business idea go, I don't want to let go of this employee, I don't want to quit this collaboration. Or sometimes it can be, I don't want to take the risk to reinvent myself, because we're pulling in that reincarnation energy to this interpretation. When the Three of Wands is upright, this is about, my ships are coming in. I know that the hard effort that I've put in is going to be rewarded. The Three of Wands reversed is, there's no guarantees here. And in fact, there can be some kind of like overly optimistic energy. So when I look at the dice, what I've got is the 12th house in Pisces, and this is about letting go. I have Pluto, and Pluto is about death. It's about termination. It's about endings. And I have Virgo here, which is the sign of work and service, and Venus in the 7th house, which is a relationship. Or perhaps this is something to do with services that you offer or a contract. So the 4th quarter of the year is encouraging you to walk away, let go, take a pause, maybe take a rest, maybe take some time off for work. That's another way that this could be playing out, where you're like, I want to keep pushing through. I don't want to take time off. I want to launch this thing. I'm gunning, I'm pushing for the end of year energy. Even if it's not about fully letting go, it's about stop forcing the timing, because the last quarter of the year just isn't right. Okay, so take it as it resonates. And again, I'd be curious to hear what happens in your life around this time in the comment section below. Finances for the 4th quarter of the year. We've got Judgment. Okay, and again, we have that Pluto energy, and I'm pretty sure Pluto has come up in like almost half of the rolls of the dice, if not more. So this is about heeding the call, and Pluto is also about mutual resources. So in the last quarter of the year, you may find that you are being called to combine your resources with another person, to accept help from another person, some of you may be receiving an inheritance during this time, or you may have early access to money or resources that's promised to you. This indicates that help is available. If you're wanting to take out a loan in the last quarter of the year, I think you'll be successful, because we have Venus, Virgo, and the 7th house. I also feel that you, on a different note, some of you could end up loaning someone else money, or helping someone else financially, helping them out financially or with your resources. When I move on to love, I have the Strength card. So this is very, very positive for love and romance. Some of you may be strengthening your relationship with your spouse or with your significant other. If you were single, this can indicate that you're feeling yourself, because the Strength card is the Leo card. So this is about feeling good, investing time in yourself, looking good, feeling good, just pouring back into your cup. And some of you could just find that, there's someone that you are flirting with and you're really enjoying their attention. And in any case, no matter whether you're in a relationship or not, the Strength card coming out in the love position tells me that wherever you're at in the last quarter of the year, you're happy here. You're feeling stronger than ever here, whether this is with someone or, solo at that time. When it comes to family, I have the Two of Pentacles card reversed, and it's very interesting because both of these cards have the infinity symbol. So these are the only cards in this deck that I'm aware of that have the infinity symbol with it. With the Two of Pentacles being reversed when it comes to family, upright, it's about juggling your priorities. Reversed, it's about investing in one thing and letting something else go. So when it comes to family, I'm sorry, but the answer's no. I can't help you at this time. I have a lot on my plate. I'm sorry, I can't come and visit you. I can't attend this thing that you're inviting me to. I don't have the energy to assist you with this thing. Okay, so it does feel like you're having to say no or to gently let down a family member. It doesn't mean that things are going to go awry or that there are going to be issues here. We have Venus in Pisces, which is exalted, and also the 12th house as well, and the 7th house, Venus and the 7th house. So I actually feel like whatever you say will be well received, but there's a lot of resistance within you in just standing your ground and saying, I'm sorry, but I need this time for myself and what I'm focusing on in this moment. Okay, when I move on to property and living circumstances, I have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I just fell out of my hand. So this is good. The Queen of Pentacles is like everything she touches turns to gold. She has an understanding of abundance, prosperity, the timing of cycles and nature. So this is very, very positive for feeling comfortable in your home, decorating it as you see fit, some kind of harvest coming through with respect to your maybe vegetable patch, or if you're growing like fruits or something like this. I see the garden in bloom at the end of the year, or just even if it's not the garden and something external, there's something about your house or your home and your property and living circumstances, which similar to the previous month, but more so this quarter. I mean to say similar to previous quarter, but more so in the fourth quarter, you're feeling stable, you're feeling secure, you're feeling grounded, you are wanting to host people over at your place, and you're just feeling like there's a lot of potential here, with the little bunny rabbit here. This is about fertility. So I just see you feeling really, really good about your property and living circumstances by the end of the year. Okay, so that's it for the 4 quarters. What I will do, and I kind of wanted to do this at the start, but I completely forgot, is I'm going to read the description for the moth card, and then I'm going to pull some, obstacles and opportunities oracle cards. That's not what they're called. That's just what I randomly called it. Okay, so let's skip to the moth. All right, and I'm going to pull this up so you can have a look. We have impulsive, hasty, and wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. When in balance, enthusiastic, whimsical. When out of balance, idolizes others, jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project. Okay, so this indicates that this year you will be finally finishing something that you have wanted to finish for a long time. You're finally creating that thing, launching that business, redoing your house, or whatever it is. It's all about sticking something out, sticking with something that you have been considering, just diverting paths on. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to look at some opportunities and some potential obstacles that can come through in 2025. So let's just pull these cards. Just give me a moment. All right, that's probably enough. That's about 5. No, that's 6. Interesting. This is not like a bird deck, but I have 3 birds here. Okay, so we have financial pinch. Okay, this won't be for the whole year, but there will be moments where you're like, oh, I thought I would, get more money for this project that I've launched, or, after launching a business, or that I'd be offered more in terms of an increase in salary. But then we've also got news of a birth or a new business opportunity. So this is really, really positive. What did I say? You're gaining momentum, you're building momentum up towards something. So you're going to come out the end of 2025 having achieved something on your to-do list that's very, very important to you. We've got Turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. Okay, so there may be someone in your life in 2025 where things are a little bit up and down. And we've also got Parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. By the way, just take these cards with a grain of salt. I see this as be careful who you trust, be careful who you reveal your secrets to and your news to. And then lastly, we've got Ear. Good news, Gong, an exciting event. And I really do feel that that is that thing that you're gaining momentum towards, okay? It's going to happen. We've got good news, an exciting event, news of a birth or a new opportunity. P.S. The birth could be a new career, a new business venture, a baby, a relationship, something to do with your home and living circumstances. So that's all I have for you, group number 1. If you want to know more about your 2025 and what to expect, I do have my 2025 yearly horoscopes available for sale, so you can invest in yours for your rising sun and or moon sign. So now let's move on to group 2. Hi Group 2, for those of you who chose the Matt Hughes Ethereal Visions Tarot deck, or perhaps you were drawn to the clear quartz crystal or the word reflection. Straight off the bat, this year is all about getting mental clarity. Okay, so if there's been things that you've been confused about in terms of how to navigate, what decision to take, if you struggle with procrastination, if you have even experienced depression in recent times, the clear quartz crystal to me tells me that you're starting to clear away blockages, clear away certain mental afflictions, and even heal on a deep and profound level when it comes to certain ailments that you may have been experiencing. So before we get into the tarot though, I do want to start off with the oracle cards. Now I have pre-shuffled and selected some oracle cards. I haven't actually seen these, so I don't know what to expect. Now let's start off with your animal card. Okay, we've got the crow. So this is about connecting to your intuition. So I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to read the description from the handbook in just a moment. We've also got stability. This says security, grounding, strength, and safety. So this is what you can anticipate to come through in 2025. We also have open heart, feel it all. We've got full moon in Leo, don't let pride get in your way. So straight off the bat, Leo season feels like it's going to be a very, very significant time for you, with a big highlight around when the full moon in Leo is. And I'm just going to leave a little marker here below once I look it up, because I want to give you specifics. We have exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. This says the key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. Okay, so I see a lot of you putting a big focus on exercise, getting fit, getting healthy. And, of course, we all have different levels of ability when it comes to mobility and our capacity for physical exercise. So just take it as it resonates. But I do really feel that there is going to be an increase in whatever level of physical activity it is that you already do. We have apocalypsis. All right. And lastly, we have inspiration, up top. This is the third eye. Okay, so again, we've got clear quartz, third eye, it goes hand in hand. You may want to invest in a bit of clear quartz for yourself, especially if you feel like it's been difficult for you to access your intuition as of late. The trigger statement, which is the untrue statement, is I am tired of it all. The true statement is I find strength in my purpose. We have please rest and know that in this stillness you will find clarity. What have I been saying, guys? Again, this is the first time I'm seeing this card. So in any case, please rest and know that in the stillness you will find clarity around your purpose here. The need to cope will fall away as you find the question you are the answer to. All right, so I have a really good feeling about 2025 for you guys. It just feels like it's a big year of you healing your heart, especially because we have the open heart card as well as the Leo card, and Leo rules over the heart. It's about letting this ickiness with the apocalypsis card fall away, and in its place you're finding stability in 2025. So I just want to hone in on this card. To me, this isn't what you're going to experience in 2025. It's the energy that you've entered the year with in some way, shape, or form. Or perhaps this card is indicative of what your 2024 was like. And I'm hearing even 2023. So if things have been really tough, since 2024 or 2023, then, these cards are here to indicate to you that things are on the up and up as you move into 2025. Okay, so with the crow, let me read this one for you, and then we're going to get into the tarot. Spiritually strong, creative, watchful. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities: past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Okay, this is what this year is all about with the clear quartz crystal as your crystal for this 2025. Okay, those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. When in balance, psychic, strong, and clear. When out of balance, ungrounded and hypersensitive. To bring into balance, daily meditation practice. Okay, so this is a high level message of encouragement to meditate more than what you have been doing. If you don't meditate, then this is encouragement to find a way that works for you. As a Gemini rising, I didn't really used to be capable of meditating. It used to make me quite angry and frustrated. And then many years later, I came back to it. And what I would do, and what I still do, is I just listen to meditation videos on YouTube. In fact, I recommend Pura Rasa. I'll drop her link in the description box below. And even if you're not doing meditation properly, it's like you're still attempting it, and you're still, I suppose, taking a step towards trying to clear your mind. So it has some benefit even if you feel like, you're not successful at it, if that kind of makes sense. So now let's look at the first quarter of the year for you. I'm gonna pull a card for career, finances, love, family, and property and living circumstances. And then I'm going to roll the dice, and I'm going to repeat this 4 times for each quarter of the year. So let's take a card for career. Oh my God, I've got the sun. Yay, career is going awesome in the first quarter of the year. I won't show you every single card. I just got really excited then. I'll show them after I've pulled them all. Okay, finances. Let's look at, what are we looking at now? Love. Family. And property and living circumstances. Beautiful. Okay, so career. Actually, no. Let me roll my dice. I've got 2 sets of Astro dice now. They were like $3 each on eBay. Okay, So we've got 4th house, 7th house, Taurus, Gemini, Jupiter, and the South Node. Okay, so career, got the Sun. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. That's pretty universally agreed upon, but of course everyone has their differing opinions. So this is career success, something going right, something going well. This can be a new job, a new promotion, a new career altogether, the successful launch of a new service or business venture. This can be a promotion. This can be a new boss that you actually like. This can be a new collaboration that's coming through. And for others of you, even if nothing is quote unquote changing in your career, this can just be the successful response to something that you have done with your work. So you're getting good feedback, maybe you're getting new clients. It's just something's going well for you in the first quarter of the year when it comes to career. Okay, and this is also supported by Jupiter and the 7th house. So this can be that new contract coming through, more clients, more sales. That's also supported by Jupiter and Gemini, and even Taurus as well, which is like more stability, or feeling like what you're doing has value and is being looked upon favorably. For others of you, because we have the South Node and the 7th house here, this can be, I quit my job and I feel amazing about it. Okay, so it can be maybe in the pursuit of a new job, or just having a bit of time off, or for travel purposes, or because you're becoming, a parent. It's like whatever you do with your career, you're happy about it, if that makes sense. So when I move on to finances, I have the 2 of Cups reversed. All right, so this can be not being on the same page when it comes to your shared finances or resources with another person. Maybe you feel like your partner wants to spend money on something and you're like, I don't really think that that's a good investment or a good idea. Because we have the South Node in the 7th house, this can be separating your finances from another person. Okay, this could be your significant other. This could be someone that you're in business with. And for others of you, the 2 of Cups reversed could just be, as it relates to finances, that you are needing to actually look at your spending habits from an emotional point of view, because we have the 4th house here and the South Node as well. And even like Jupiter in Taurus in the 7th house, it's like maybe spending money on things to try and fill some sort of emotional void. Okay, so I'm not getting like huge shifts or messages around money and resources in the second quarter of the year. So just take these messages if they resonate. If they don't resonate, then what I would say is that your financial situation may not really change. It's not improving, it's not getting worse, it's just sort of stable, nothing to report here. When I look at love and romance, I get the 9 of Wands. Okay, so if you are single and ready to mingle, this can indicate flirting, maybe hooking up with someone, maybe finding out that someone has feelings for you or you have feelings for them. The Knight of Wands is sort of like a flirtatious sexual energy, so it's not so much about like the deeper romantic side of things. All right, if you are single, even if there's no one, let's say, new that's entering the picture in the first quarter of the year, which I don't think that there is, just because of the energy of the cards and the dice, then this could be that you're getting back out there. You're feeling more comfortable with flirting. You're feeling more comfortable with dating and putting yourself out there, even if nothing comes of it. Given that we have Jupiter in the 7th house and Jupiter in Gemini, I do think that there'll be flirtations and moving along to, if you are in a romantic relationship, or if you're married, the Knight of Wands is very, very positive for passion in your love life and for an improvement in your sex life as well. Moving on to family, I get the 9 of Pentacles card. So to me, this indicates that you are standing on your own 2 feet financially speaking. I feel like you're not needing to rely on family members. Some of you may be paying a family member back. On a different note, this indicates independence in a positive way in one or more of your family relationships. And I do have the 4th house here as well as Jupiter and the South Node. So I get this feeling like you are being seen as more independent by a family member, more capable, more mature. And I just get this sense of a family member being proud of you as well, like proud of you for how far you've come, for what you've done with your life or with your career, or what you've been able to manifest into your life, okay? With your property and living circumstances, I get the 10 of Cups. So some of you may be moving in with your significant other. You may be buying a new home. You may be setting up a nursery. Some of you may have your children or family members come to stay with you or come to live with you. Others of you may be spending a bit of time in the first quarter of the year living with family, okay, maybe with your parents. It doesn't have to be, but this could also be connecting with family who are interstate or overseas, given that I have the 4th house and Jupiter here. And with property and living circumstances, the 10 of Cups here just tells me that everything's going to be okay. All right, if you are stressed, if you're worried about something to do with some aspect of your property and living circumstances, this card is saying, don't worry, we've got you. Everything's going to be okay in the end. There may be a bit of uncertainty at first because we do have the South Node in the 4th house with the dice, right? But it's all going to work out in the end. So that is your first quarter of the year. I'm going to feed these cards back in. And now I'm going to move on to the second quarter of the year for my lovely group 2. Okay, let's have a look at career in the second quarter of the year. 8 of Wands, finances, King of Cups, love. What's this? Let's see. Ooh, Knight of Cups. We like to see that. Family. The exact same card in the exact same position. That's crazy. I'm not good at maths, so if someone can tell me what are the chances of that happening. There's 78 cards in the deck, and I've got 5 different positions. This is back to back. That is wild to me. Okay, property and living circumstances. 2 cards have fallen out here. I've got 4 of Cups and the Emperor. And now I'm going to roll the dice for the second card of the year. I'm really spun out by this in a good way. Okay, we have the Moon and the 4th house again, and the Moon. There's definitely a lot happening with family and property and living circumstances in the second quarter of the year. We have Mars in Aries, and we have Pisces in the 9th house. All right, so career. 8 of Wands. This tells me that there's movement on the career front. This can be new communications coming through, new opportunities with work projects, new clients, new co-workers, a new team that you're working on, or something that you have to deliver. This can be launching something when it comes to career, or having a conversation with someone in the workplace that leads to quick results, especially because I have Mars and Aries as well as the 9th house. So I feel like Mars in Aries is action being taken when it comes to your career after you have an important conversation with another person. With finances, we have the King of Cups here, okay, which is an interesting card to get for finances, but this just tells me that it's about emotional maturity for you. So understanding what needs to be done for your financial situation to stabilize somehow. And I'm drawn again to this card here, which says stability, security, grounding, strength, and safety. So I feel that someone's going to help you out with something maybe a family member or a loved one. When I say help you out, it feels like it's to do with finances and resources, but this could even just be like financial advice. This could be, I'm going to come back to this when I speak on this card because I feel like they're interconnected here. Okay, so when it comes to love, we've got the Knight of Cups, which is amazing. This is indicative of, if you're already in a relationship, just feeling the love, feeling the passion, feeling like your significant other is really in touch with their emotions and actually being vulnerable and intimate with you, especially if this is something that you've been wanting from your partner. I have open heart here as well, which we mentioned at the very beginning. And the Knight of Cups is all about wearing one's heart on one's sleeve. So to me, this is indicating that you are opening your heart to your significant other, or they are opening their heart to you. If you are single, then to me this indicates feeling deeply for another person, or being aware that someone has very deep feelings for you and they are communicating that to you. Okay, there's a very heart-opening, clarifying conversation that happens that is related to love and romance. Now, of course, not every single person watching for group 3 will be in a relationship or entering into a relationship. The other way that I would interpret this is you're healing your heart. You are reflecting on past romantic disappointments and overcoming these, releasing these and letting them go. So this quarter of the year is a really, really big one when it comes to love and romance for you. Okay, so then when I look at family, we've got the 9 of Pentacles once more, and I'm actually going to go ahead and take a clarifying card just to see what's the message here. Why has this card come up twice? Page of Cups. Okay, so to me, this indicates that there is some kind of healing of your inner child that comes through, like you are receiving acknowledgement or validation for something that you love to do, that you are passionate about, that you have made a career of, or that you have devoted your life to doing, which is, you know, the 9 of Pentacles energy, because it's not just about financial independence. It's also like, hey, I've made it my business to learn about this thing, to invest in this thing, to, you know, expand my horizons with this topic or with this subject matter. And the Page of Cups is like, it's your natural gift, it's a natural talent of yours, it's something you're passionate about. But again, this represents your inner child. And so I really feel that a family member, especially because I've got the moon in the 4th house with the dice, is like, hey, wow, you're really talented at that. Or maybe, I really underestimated where you could go with this thing. I didn't know you were that talented. I didn't know that you had achieved so much success with this. I didn't know you were going places with this thing. And maybe they're not going to say all of these things to you, but it's like that's the sentiment where someone who is a family member in your life, or a very close loved one, someone you consider family. You know, maybe this is someone you call auntie or uncle, or maybe this is someone who you always say, oh, you're like a sister to me, you're like a brother to me, or it's like they were a parental role for you somehow. Someone you consider to be family is recognizing your gifts and recognizing your talents, and this feels like it's so healing for your inner child. Like it's almost like you are hearing what you always wanted to hear from them and you never thought you would hear that from them. So it feels really, really special. So when I look at property and living circumstances for you guys, this is for the 2nd quarter of the year, we have the Emperor and we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, so the Emperor indicates that this is you being in control. You've got the power. We have Mars and Aries with the dice as well. Okay, so this is like, I really can't get, anyway, whatever. You know what Mars and Aries looks like, hopefully. So this is like you're in control. You have an opportunity here. you get to make a decision about what comes next with your property and living circumstances, especially because we've got the moon in the 4th house. Now, oh my God, I said Emperor, it's the Hierophant. Okay. Nevertheless, we've got Emperor energy because we've got Mars and Aries. All right. But the Hierophant is making something solid. It's making something official. It's taking like the next linear step. With property and living circumstances, this could be indicative of you moving in with someone that you are getting married to, that you're engaged to. On a different note, the Hierophant here is Taurus energy. So this is indicative of there being some stubbornness. Also, the Emperor is kind of stubborn. I'm not going to try and make it work. Obviously, I misread it. But the 4 of Cups is like, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you that you're not really seeing because we've got that Pisces energy. And it's like something that you may decide to act on later down the track. So just remember, 2nd quarter of the year, there's an opportunity as it relates to your property and living circumstances that requires some kind of official decision or official, like, I don't know, contract or stamp of approval. And I don't see you moving in the 2nd quarter of the year, but it's like awareness of this opportunity that is coming through. So now let's move on to the 3rd quarter of the year. And I'm actually going to like tick these off because I nearly forgot what quarter I was up to. Let's just see. So now 3rd quarter of the year, we're looking at July, August, and September. I'm going to put these cards back in the deck in a rando order, just in case they want to come out again. So let's look at career, 3rd quarter of the year. Lots of options with the 7 of Cups. Finances for the 3rd quarter of the year. We've got 2 cards that have come out. Oh, there's 80 cards in this deck, not 78. I tell a lie. We've got 5 of Wands and the Well, which is kind of like a bonus card in this deck. It's 2 random bonus cards. For love, for the 3rd quarter, 2 cards came out. We've got the 7 of Wands and the Knight of Swords. For family, what do we have? 8 of Pentacles reversed. And property and living circumstances. The Lovers. Oh my God, my heart. Okay, I love that. I'm going to roll the dice as well. Getting some similar positions of cards. When I say similar, I mean like a copy-paste position for some of these cards that came out in group 1. So you may want to check out group 1 if you felt drawn to it. What do we have? Mars again. We've got the 10th house and the 6th house. So big focus on work and career. We've got Saturn, okay? Very big focus on career. And we've got Sagittarius and Taurus. But of course, let's start in order. So 7 of Cups when it comes to career in the 3rd quarter of the year. This can be like analysis paralysis, too many options. What direction do I move in? Where do I place my focus? Where do I place my energy? Okay, so with Saturn and the 6th house and the 10th house, this is all about what direction are you going to go in? What action are you going to take? And I actually feel called to pull a clarifier for this card because it feels like there is this confusion about a decision that you need to make. I've got the 6 of Cups. Okay, so this is like, I feel like it's something to do with your career that you've always wanted. It's an exciting prospect. It's an exciting opportunity, but it may require a bit of a trade-off or a bit of a risk that you are considering taking. With the 6 of Cups, this could indicate that a loved one or maybe even your significant other is kind of confusing you about what decision to take. So just be careful of who you allow to influence you with your decision. I don't think you're going to be making any hard and fast moves when it comes to career in the 3rd quarter of the year. Hey, this can be multiple job opportunities and it's like, which job do I apply for? Or even just spreading yourself thin if you have a lot of different like jobs that you do as part of your role or your career. When it comes to finances and resources, we have the Five of Wands and we also have the Well. So the Well to me is like digging into that well, where it's like digging into your savings is what is coming through. And the Five of Wands is like a bit of conflict, a little bit of being pushed and pulled in a lot of different directions. What do I spend money on? The feeling that I get, especially because you've got the Taurus card plus Sagittarius and the 6th house, is like, you know, you have to spend a fair bit of money. Even Mars in Taurus is like you're having to spend a fair bit of money and more than what you wanted. And maybe this is to procure some kind of investment. But in any case, I see you dipping into your savings. And I just want to say that if you get to the 3rd quarter of the year and it's like, oh, I don't know if I can afford this. Like, am I going to be able to pay for this house or this thing that I want? I'm feeling like the money's going to come through in the end, okay? Because 6th house is debts and we've got Sagittarius and that's good luck. And we've got Taurus as well, which is money. So I feel like you'll get to a point in the 3rd quarter of the year where it feels like money's a bit tight or you don't know how you're going to make something work, but then somehow you make it work. Moving along to love, we have the Knight of Swords and the 7 of Wands. So this is all about standing your ground and clear communication. So the energy that I get with this is like stubbornness because of the 7 of Wands. It doesn't mean don't stand your ground. It doesn't mean you should compromise, that you shouldn't compromise. Wait, not that you should compromise. Anyway, let me restart. The point I'm trying to make here is it's okay to stand your ground, but you are required to communicate clearly why you are taking this position, why you are taking this action or not going to take this action. You will be required to be very honest and very forthright about why it is that you don't want to compromise, adjust your position. You know, this is setting boundaries. And the Knight of Swords is like quick, clear, fast communication. So this can be with your significant other, with your spouse, with someone that you're, you know, possibly dating. If you are single, I don't see you getting into a relationship in the 3rd quarter of the year. It doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean you can't, like this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. But the 7 of Wands is like whatever position you're in at the start of that quarter, you will be in at the end. So I don't really see breakups happening. I don't really see people reconciling. I don't really see people getting into a relationship. I see holding one station, but being very clear in your communications with whoever, you know, you are involved with romantically speaking. Hang on, that was, oh yeah, family. We've got the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Someone needs to be more accountable in this situation because the 8 of Pentacles upright is about, you know, working on your craft, honing your skills further. But because this is about family, I see this as like someone needs to level up in their relationship. Someone needs to like own it or apologize or work on themselves. It could be you, it could be them. Maybe someone needs to take time out from a family member, or a family member is like, hey, I need to take time out to focus on me. With the 8 of Pentacles being reversed, it feels like self-development stuff rather than, you know, the traditional career interpretation or like working on skills and talents. Okay, so there's just a bit of time out from family members, especially with Saturn in the 10th house. So this could be a parent or a grandparent or an older member of the family, or if you're in that position where you're a grandparent or you're a parent, you know, maybe there's a bit of distance with your child during this quarter, 3rd quarter of the year. When it comes to property and living circumstances, I have the Lovers. I'm so happy to see this. Something really, really positive is happening with your property and living circumstances. For some of you, this is getting your dream home. This is completing renovations. This is getting that new lease. This is the building of your property finally being done. This is maybe purchasing a new investment property. For others of you, this is a loved one coming back home to live with you. Okay, so maybe your child had moved out and they're moving back in. Maybe you've just been waiting for someone to move in with you, or you have been waiting to live with your significant other, or maybe you've been doing long distance. Okay, so this is for those of you who are in a stable, committed relationship, because remember, you know, there's not a change on the status of your relationship, but for some of you with property and living circumstances, there is a change on this front. Now, you know, if you are single and there's no one, you know, romantically speaking, in your life at present, this doesn't have to relate to that. This card, Lovers, can be like, I love where I'm living, or something positive happens, like a neighbor that you can't stand is moving out, or you know, you've got a new neighbor that lives next to you, and this person could become like a best friend of yours. You know, I just want to really reiterate that something really beautiful and amazing is happening to you in the third quarter of the year when it comes to your property and living circumstances. I do have the Sagittarius card, so some of you may be moving abroad or perhaps interstate. So now let's have a look at the last quarter of the year. Again, I'm going to tick that off the list so I don't get lost. So career, last quarter of the year, 3 of Wands, finances, 7 of Wands again has come out. What's next? Love, Hermit, and then we've got family, Three of Pentacles, and property and living circumstances. I'll lose my mind if the same card comes out. Okay, it didn't come out. We've got the 8 of Swords. So I'm going to take a clarifier for that actually. Queen of Swords, excellent. All right, so when it comes, oh no, hang on, let me roll the dice. We do things in order around here, except when I forget, because I'm a Gemini rising. Okay, what do we have? We've got Mercury, the Moon, 9th house, 2nd house, Aquarius and Capricorn. All right, career, 3 of Wands. All right, this indicates that something, no, I'm going to give you like a dual message here. For some of you, this is indicating that something you've been waiting for is coming in. You're getting that promotion, you're getting that new job, you're launching that thing that you've wanted to launch, whether that's a new business or a new service or a new product. This is like what seeds you have planted previously, they have now taken root, and you are looking at the results of that coming in very soon at some time during the last quarter of the year. So this is anticipation of something positive with respect to your career. The other interpretation for this is in the fourth quarter of the year, you get confirmation that your hard work will pay off in the future, but maybe it's sometime in 2026. Okay, so this could be your boss saying, hey, in 2026, there are big projects on the horizon. You're going to be first in line for this promotion, or, you know, we're going to increase your salary next year. This could be you, some of you, finishing off a project or some kind of business venture, and you're going to launch it in the new year, but it's like you get to that last step where the next thing that comes in is you just reaping the rewards. And some of you are going to resign from your job in the last quarter of the year, and I see you working till the end of the year. Okay, so for some of you, this could be a long resignation, or for others of you, maybe you resign in November and they're like, well, can you at least stay till Christmas? And you're like, yeah, okay, fine. So when I move on to finances, and also Saturn, no, I didn't get Saturn. I have Capricorn here, which is, let's say, amplifying that energy of career. And I have Aquarius, which is like long-term projects and long-term gains. And then anyway, I'm going to move on. I'm starting to bounce around a lot. I feel like my Gemini is really coming out. For the last quarter of the year, with respect to finances, we have the 7 of Wands. Okay, so I don't think your financial situation is going to change in the last quarter of the year. I do have the second house, all right? So this is about finances, but then I've got Capricorn. Okay, so I don't see you earning more. I don't see you earning less. Very short message for that one. When it comes to love, we have the Hermit card. Okay, so this indicates that at some point in the last quarter of the year, you're taking time out just for yourself. If you're in a relationship, one of you will be away or be traveling during this period of time. Some of you may be going through a trial period to see like a trial separation. That's for a very select few of you. For those of you who are single, I think that you're going to see out the rest of the year. So if you're single by the last quarter of the year, I think that that will continue through till the end of the year. Okay, so of course, you're welcome to look at other groups as well. So there's group 1 and 3 and 4. If you feel like you were drawn to one of those other groups and you wanted additional messages. When it comes to the Hermit card and love, I actually see many of you having a profound epiphany or a realization, because the Hermit is all about soul searching. Okay, so I see this as being very positive for you, especially because I have Moon, which is relationships, in the 9th house. So this is about understanding what you want, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, etc. Moving on to family, I have the 3 of Pentacles here. So some of you could be going into business with family. Some of you could be studying something with a family member. Your family member, a family member, could agree to educate you on something or teach you something. I have Mercury here, so you could be learning how to drive. They could be helping you to learn a foreign language, or perhaps this is like your mother tongue and you're practicing your accent. With the 3 of Pentacles, this could be a family member loaning you money or you loaning a family member money. I'm actually just going to take one more clarifying card to see what this is all about. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, this is about your long-term wealth and the legacy that you want to leave behind. So maybe a family member is actually saying, hey, you know, I want to help you with this business that you're starting. I want to help you to, you know, invest in this home or to put money towards buying a car or education or travel, especially because I've got the 9th house here. So I see this as an important conversation that is related to education and or finances and resources. Lastly, I have for property and living circumstances, the 8 of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Swords. So this indicates that there's some kind of mental blockage, because I have Mercury in Capricorn, but then I also have the Moon in Capricorn. So I see, okay, do you know what this is? This is like a delay or a setback with respect to your property and living circumstances that is actually a blessing in disguise. And I want to say very deliberately here that there's a workaround. With the 8 of Swords, I see some of you feeling trapped, but there's a workaround. And with the Queen of Swords, it feels like a very simple solution. Okay, so you need to think outside the box when it comes to the end of the year and your property and living circumstances. So lastly, what I'm going to do is pull some cards to look at potential obstacles for 2025, but then conversely, some exciting opportunities that are coming your way. For the other group, we had about 6 cards come out. So we'll try and let go. Be uniform in nature. Okay. Oh, cool. Ooh, getting very excited by the cards I can see here. Take one more. All right. Oh, okay, two more came out. Well, there you have it. So let's see. All right. We have four-leaf clover. Great. Good fortune. Okay, this is indicative that there is good luck that's coming through. You're going to have a positive turn of events. We have firecracker and excitement. We've got, I'll read out the obstacles. We've got the wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Okay, we'll get that in frame. And barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Okay, so those are the negatives. But remember, we've got excitement, we've got great good fortune, we've got bridge, which says successfully overcoming a problem. We have diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Okay, and I'll take this literally as well. Some of you may be getting engaged this year or being proposed to. And then lastly, we have younger woman. Dealings or relationship with a younger woman. Okay, so instinctively, I want to say that this is about healing a relationship with a woman that is younger than you, or some kind of blessing coming through to a younger woman in your life. This could be a niece, this could be a friend, this could be a cousin, this could be your daughter or granddaughter. Okay, so really exciting stuff. And I just so want to highlight this great good fortune card that's coming through together with stability, which is all about security, grounding, strength, and safety. So I feel like by the end of the year, this is what you are experiencing, as well as the opening of your heart and the healing of your heart. Okay, group 2, if you enjoyed this 2025 tarot predictions video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're wanting to know more about your 2025 and what you can expect, you can purchase my 2025 yearly horoscopes, and you can invest in your horoscope for your rising, sun, and or moon sign. So thanks again, group 2, and now let's move on to group 3. Hi, group 3, for those of you who selected the Earth Woman Tarot deck, or perhaps you were drawn to the Jade Crystal, or the word of the year for you, which is release. So this is my new tarot deck that I'm obsessed with, loving it. Actually, no, before I get into the tarot, just like the other piles, I'm going to look at your oracle cards first. All right, so we've got the bee for your animal card, and I'm going to read out the description for the handbook, but straight off the bat I can see you're going to be very, very busy with projects this year, whether that is work projects or creative projects or business ventures. And let's just have a look. We've also got the vision. Okay, so this is working on your vision for the future. We have allow, flow, trust, and surrender. I feel that things are going to flow a lot more this year. And also, I forgot to mention, Jade is a card which is about abundance and prosperity, and it also has strong healing properties as well. So I feel like things are just going to run a lot more smoothly this year. I feel like 2024 was full of delays and obstacles and just challenges, but this year there's a lot more harmonious energy for you. Group number 3, we have unity. We are all in this together. It's number 29, and we've got full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So very important times of the year for you will be when we have eclipses, and we've got 2 total lunar eclipses this year. We have one in March and one in September. So important things will be happening in your life around this time. I haven't looked at these cards, right? But I just saw this one now, and it says obstacles and blocks are lifted. Okay, so literally what I've been saying, all your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. And remember, we have flow here, so these cards are tying in really well together, as they tend to do. Another card came out for you from the same deck, whereas the other piles I think just got one each. And this says organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living in your workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Interesting. And we've also got this card here. This refers to the solar plexus. Up the top it says resilience. The trigger statement is I need to control, but the true statement is surrender. Wow, we've got so much repetition here because this card says surrender as well. Okay, I surrender is the true statement. We're not controlling anymore. Allow yourself to relax with the currents of life. These changes will take you even closer to where you are meant to be. Okay, and I repeat, you got the release card. And I actually want to say this is about releasing blocks, releasing obstacles, but also releasing that desire to control, okay? So it feels like a really positive year, like the energy is just shifting so much. I see that you're no longer fighting this uphill battle. So let me find the B card and I'm going to read it out to you. All right. Earnest, hardworking, democratic. The B personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. Vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work, then they gripe and then sting. When in balance, content, active, vibrant. When out of balance, overworked and annoyed. To bring into balance, mini vacation. Okay, so you guys are definitely going to go on some kind of holiday in 2025. It's just a matter of when. Alrighty, so let's take a card for career, then finances, love, family, and property and living circumstances for the first quarter of the year. Then we rinse and repeat for the next 3 quarters. All right, so for the career, what can my group 3 expect? Got 2 cards that have come out here. Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot. Love to see that. Let's look at family. No, not family. Finances, I meant to say. 3 of Wands. Love. Knight of Cups. It's beautiful. Family. Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I'm getting so excited. Okay, and now let's look at property and living circumstances. The Magician. What a positive spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, all super duper positive, all upright. I'm going to roll my dice as well for the first quarter of the year. I've got 2 sets of Astro dice now. What do we have? Capricorn, Saturn and Aquarius, 8th house, Moon and 3rd house. All right, so career, first things first. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot card. Okay, so this indicates that you are heading towards more groundedness and stability in your career, okay? But on the other side of the coin, there's something new that's coming in with your career as well. So it's almost like an inverted message, all right? So there's a part or an element of your career that has maybe needed more development or more stability, and the Chariot is like you're hurtling towards that. But then the flipped message is like there is some exciting new aspect that's coming into your career. So on one hand, there is stability, but on the other hand, there's newness and excitement. but because, you know, it's the Queen of Pentacles, it's like you're on the up and up. Things are improving one way or another with your career. And we've also got Saturn and Capricorn and Aquarius. So this is like career stability, but also working towards some longer term projects, or some projects that are going to be quite intricate and interconnected. With finances, we have the Three of Wands. This is like awareness that your financial situation is going to improve. I feel that it's going to improve for the better. I feel that you know that there is money coming in. So maybe you are launching a product and you're aware that that money is going to like be in the bank, but I feel you don't have access to it in the first quarter of the year. I feel that you are planting seeds in the first quarter of the year, and that you will reap those rewards later. Okay, so I don't see your financial situation changing in the first quarter of the year, but you have an awareness that there is more to come, that you're going to earn more money, or you are going to put your prices up, you know, into the second quarter or something of that nature. When it comes to love and romance, we have the Knight of Cups here. This is all about wearing your heart on your sleeve, and we have the Moon and the 8th house, and I feel like the barriers are coming down. You are just becoming more intimate and passionate with your significant other. If you are in a relationship, okay, if you're married, if you have a significant other, there is the dissolving of barriers, especially with Saturn in the 8th house. It's like you are feeling really close to your partner. They are finally sharing things with you about their feelings or about their childhood, or just something that they've kept sort of locked away, and you've always kind of wondered about this aspect of their lives or how they truly feel on a certain topic. And the Knight of Cups is like they're revealing that to you. And would you just look at how much yellow there is for you guys? Okay, so yellow is the color of joy, and it's also the color of the solar plexus, and this is a solar plexus card. So more joy is coming in, more confidence in your relationship and with your significant other. If you are single, the Knight of Cups can indicate that you are perhaps receiving a message from someone else, or you know, you're having an important conversation and they're telling you that they have deep feelings for you, or that they're in love with you, or you are maybe realizing that you are in love with someone else and you're just like connecting to your heart center. If you are single and there's no one in the picture, that's fine. The Knight of Cups tells me that your heart is now open and you are ready. So, you know, sometimes I have clients and, you know, people send me messages or write comments to me like, what do I need to do to manifest love into my life? What do I need to do to call love into my life? You don't need to do anything, group 3. You're ready with the Knight of Cups, because you've released the past. You've released whatever guarding or like walls or barriers you had around your heart. You're ready now. Okay. When it comes to family, we've got the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you are going to get proposed to. I know we're talking about love. We were talking about love and now we're talking about family, but it's like your significant other now becomes your family because you get engaged or you get married. For many of you, this is you starting a family, getting pregnant, maybe having your baby in the first quarter of the year if you're already pregnant. And when it comes to family, you know, I want to interpret this in other ways. This can indicate that you're a family member may be helping you out financially with respect to paying for a wedding, or, you know, renovations to your house, or buying a house. For others of you, this can indicate going into business with a family member, or perhaps you are finding out that a family member is pregnant. Okay, so this could be that you're going to be a grandparent. So maybe this is your daughter or your son. Maybe you're going to be an auntie or an uncle. Okay, even if it's not like baby related or wedding related or house related, something really, really positive is happening with respect to a family member. So this could be an amazing new beginning for them. I'm hearing that for some of you, a sibling who's been single for a long time is going to finally meet someone, or a sibling who's been trying to have a baby for a long time is finally going to have a baby. It's just, yeah, there's like a beautiful thing to celebrate in your family. Okay, and for others of you, this is like reconciling with a family member, which is interesting because this message was repeated in, I think, group 2. So you may want to go and watch group 2. So enough on the family front. This is really, really positive energy that's coming through. When we move on to property and living circumstances, we've got the Magician card. Okay, so whatever you want to do, you can make it work. If you want to buy, you'll find something. If you want to sell, you'll find a buyer to purchase your property. If you want to relocate, the first quarter of the year, you know, you're going to be able to make it happen. I see some of you applying for visas for permanent residency. I see some of you finding accommodation where you can stay, especially if you're in between properties. The Magician is such a positive card. I just feel like whatever's going on with property and living circumstances, you don't have to worry. Obstacles and blockages are being lifted. You are not going to struggle when it comes to your property and living circumstances. Things are going to work out. I am hearing in the last moment, it's like right at the 11th hour, you know, something pulls through. So it does feel like there's a little bit of stress in the lead up to that, like, moment of relief, especially because I've got the moon in the 8th house as well as Saturn and Aquarius. So it's like, it feels like, I don't know if this is going to come together. Aquarius is like the unpredictability of it. The 8th house is like, I need to work something out and I need to work something out quickly. But ultimately we have, you know, moon in the 8th house, which is like someone lets you stay, someone helps you with the money, someone facilitates the move or the relocation. And I'm going to cross this off because I don't lose my spot, but we've done group 3, first quarter of the year. So now let's look at the second quarter of the year for career. Got Judgment. Let's look at finances. 6 of Swords. Finances are improving in the second quarter of the year. Love. 2 of Cups. Yay. Family. Got 2 cards that have come out here. Okay, got Queen of Cups and the Devil. Don't worry, we'll cover that off. And then property and living circumstances. What's the T? The Chariot. Ooh, interesting. And I'm going to roll the dice as well. Casino style. 9th house, 10th house. Cancer, Aries, Venus, Neptune. Okay, so career, we have Judgment. And like I said, we have the 10th house. Okay, so because we also have Venus, I feel like you're feeling very emotionally drawn to experiment with something new in your career or to try something new, especially because we have Venus in Cancer as well and Neptune. So I feel like it is bigger than you. Even with this Unity card here, we are all in this together. It's like something about your career in the second quarter of the year is really taking off on a grand scale. I see that you are reaching a wider audience. There is more exposure when it comes to your work and who sees it. I feel that praise is coming through. I want to say if you work in music or film or photography, or you know, even like you do YouTube videos or what have you, that you are going to be advancing and it feels like it's at an exponential rate. Okay, so there's an important opportunity that is coming through with your career, no matter who is watching. All right. And I have to say, some of you may feel called to walk away from a job or from a company that you work for, especially because I have Neptune in the 10th house. Okay, so this can be like letting go of a career or letting go of a work connection or collaboration. With finances and resources, I have the Six of Swords. Okay, so the Six of Swords is all about leaving rough waters for calmer waters. Okay, so it's like leaving a difficult situation behind. She is still carrying her baggage, which is the Six of Swords, but ultimately I see this in terms of your finances as being things are improving, but you're not completely where you want to be, but you're on your way. So this could be indicative of you're on the way to paying off a loan or to paying someone back. You're on the way to earning the kind of salary that you want to earn, but you're not quite there yet. For others of you, this could indicate that someone's actually coming in to assist you with finances, especially because we've got Venus, which is money and resources, and Neptune, which is charity and generosity. When it comes to love and romance, we have the Two of Cups. This is so beautiful. If you're in a relationship already, this is like you guys going from strength to strength, making your relationship more solid, more official, feeling very in love with your partner, feeling very loved, feeling like you two are on the same page, that you're meant to be, that this is your soulmate. If you are romantically involved with someone, but you're not like together, this can indicate that you're making things exclusive, or that you're at the very least telling each other how you really feel. So to me, this feels like a huge breakthrough is coming through in your love life. Now, if you are single, this can indicate that you feel ready to open your heart again. You feel ready to let someone in. You feel ready to start dating again. I'm also all of a sudden getting, I feel ready to forgive this person. I feel ready to give them a second chance. I'm also getting the message that this is like a long distance connection where you're finally coming together, or someone that you were in a relationship with and you broke up, and there's this opportunity to get back together. So this is in the second quarter of the year for 2025. One way or another, something very positive is happening in your love life in the second quarter of 2025. When it comes to family, we have Queen of Cups and we have the Devil card. Okay, so this is coming through as someone being a little bit emotionally manipulative, who is a family member. They are female. This can be a sister, this can be a female cousin, an auntie, your mom, maybe your grandma, or someone that you consider to be family who is female. We've got Venus here and Cancer, which again indicates that this is a family member, a female family member, and Neptune is like applying that emotional manipulation. So in terms of what's going to improve this energy or what's going to dissolve this energy, what is coming through is the 9th house, which is all, sorry, that's off screen, which is all about speaking your truth, okay, and not being afraid. We've also got Aries energy here as well. So it's not being afraid to speak your truth. And what I'm getting is like, put this person in their place. I'm being called to like really just dive into this message because it feels very important. I repeat, this is a family member who's female in the second quarter of the year. This is the energy. They are letting their controlling tendencies kind of overcome them to try and force you to, because this is kind of your energy, to bend to their will, or to get you to agree to something, or to promise them something that you don't want to promise them. It doesn't feel like this is the end of this connection or this relationship. I just feel that this female family member, and it could be like a sister-in-law or mother-in-law, is really trying it on because she feels like she's losing control of a situation that involves you. Okay, moving along, when it comes to property and living circumstances, we have the Chariot card. Now, the Chariot card in tarot is the Cancer card, and Cancer is associated with not just family, but also property and living circumstances. And also, we had Cancer come up here with the roll of the dice. So, some of you are going to be moving in the second quarter of the year. Some of you are going to be buying, selling, relocating, or there is like, okay, this could be a continuation on from the previous quarter. I see that some of you are traveling and staying from place to place to place with this friend, that friend, traveling abroad, going on like a bit of a journey. I just see a lot of movement when it comes to the property and living situation. So even if you're not traveling, to me, this is like you're making an important decision about your home and about what comes next. Of course, not everyone can relocate every quarter of the year with, you know, all of these card pulls. It's more like decision time, all right, in the second quarter of 2025. So let's have a look at the third quarter of the year. And again, I am going to tick that one off. Okay, Six of Swords again, but this time for career, together with the Nine of Cups. Let's now look at finances. Eight of Pentacles, working hard. Love. Three of Wands, nice. Family, good. Ten of Pentacles, and lastly, property and living circumstances for the third quarter of the year. Got the Star, yay! Oh, this is so good. So excited for you guys. I really hope this is my pile. Let's roll the dice for the third quarter. What do we have? The Sun in the 5th house, Saturn and Aquarius and Taurus and the 12th house. All right, so with career, things are improving. We've got the Six of Swords. I've obviously already described the Six of Swords. This is moving on to calmer waters, leaving a tumultuous situation behind. I feel like you've finished maybe a difficult project, working with a difficult client. You've ended a collaboration or maybe even quit your job. And this is like a really big relief. With the Nine of Cups, there's a lot of emotional energy attached to your career. And remember, we've got Saturn, okay, as one of the rolls of the dice in the 12th house. So with your career, I feel like there's a big relief coming in the third quarter of the year. It's like you were hoping for this, you had faith in this pulling through. You're not completely where you want to be, but you're well on your way. I'm seeing like tears of relief as you release a very difficult situation with your workplace. I think for some of you, a workplace bully may be resigning, or they are, you know, getting what they deserve and someone is like seeing the situation for what it is. For some of you, I see that, you know, a boss is leaving and you're like, oh, thank God, you know, they were a pain in my backside. And yeah, it's like something is coming good with your career in the third quarter of the year. With finances, we have the Eight of Pentacles card, and we also have Taurus as one of the rolls of the dice. So I see you working very, very hard to improve your financial situation, and the cards are saying keep going. It's working well. It's 5:55 on the clock right now as I'm recording, which tells me that there's change coming to your financial situation, but I feel that it's for the better as you work very hard on something that involves your finances. And I actually feel some of you may be getting to, or by the end of the third quarter, so by the end of September in 2025, I feel that you have secured some kind of financial stability. When it comes to love, I have the Three of Wands card. Okay, so if you're doing long distance, this is you seeing your lover again in the third quarter of the year. So this can be July, August, or September of 2025. For others of you, if you're in a romantic relationship, we've got the Sun and the fifth house. So this can be related to wanting to start a family or expand your family further. I actually feel some of you may be getting pregnant during July, August, or September. Okay, and it feels like this has been a long time coming. Maybe you were trying previously, or you have just been like waiting for the right moment to take that step in your relationship. If you are single though, I see this as you are maybe planning a trip and wanting to go abroad, and there may be some kind of like fling that happens overseas. Also, if you are single and there's no one on the horizon at present, with the Three of Wands, this is like you start to get a feeling that you're going to meet someone soon. Okay, because it's like your ships are coming in. So I know a lot of you are really intuitive who watch my channel, and it's like this feeling of readiness and preparedness. So to me, I see this as a positive. All right, if you are, moving on to family, we have the Ten of Pentacles here. So we have grandma energy, the daughter, and the children. And to me, this is all about family stability. So I feel like a relationship with a family member is stabilizing. I feel that some of you may find out that you're going to be a grandparent during this time, or maybe a grandchild is born during the third quarter of the year. Another way that this can play out is that you are receiving some kind of support from a family member. And this could be like help with babysitting, help with, finances and putting money towards maybe renovating or relocating, or you're able to like stay at a family member's property. Okay, when it comes to property and living circumstances, moving along here, we've got the Star. This is one of the most positive cards in the whole deck. Okay, so it's also related to wish fulfillment and miracles. So to me, this indicates that something you've been wishing for with property and living circumstances, you're getting that wish. Okay, I really feel that there's like big blessings that are coming through. For some of you, this is living in your dream home, renovations with your house, and now something looks the way you've always wanted it to look. So this could be like renovating your kitchen or your bedroom or a walk-in wardrobe. With your property and living circumstances and the Star card, this could be like finally moving in with your significant other, or they're moving in with you. This could indicate that you are going to have a family member come and stay with you or live with you for a little while. And they could be from overseas, they could be from interstate. And it's like, even if it's temporary, even if it's like a few weeks or 1 or 2 or 3 months, it's like very healing for you. There's something very, very, very positive that's going to be coming through with your property and living circumstances. And I'm also suddenly hearing windfall of abundance, and I'm drawn to look at this card here, which says obstacles and blocks are lifted. With this card saying organize for success, I want to take a moment to say that if you're wanting to move, if you're wanting to relocate, you may want to start packing up your house. Like, even if you haven't found that property, just start to organize your things, because this is a key part of you manifesting your desired outcome. So let me cross that off the list and let's move on. For the last quarter of the year, let's have a look at your career, finances. I'll show you the cards in a moment. Love. Family. Ooh. Property and living circumstances, last quarter of the year. Okay, so with career, there's an ending that's taking place with the Death card. Okay, so some of you may be quitting a job, walking away. Some of you may be taking a pause from your work, which feels quite significant. You may be taking something off your list in terms of your professional title. So for example, maybe you know, had your career titles listed as XYZ and now you're just XY. Okay, so it's like you're removing something from your title in terms of what you practice. You could be saying goodbye to a certain department at work. This could be the completion of an important project. This could be the end of a collaboration or a client relationship. This could be, let's roll the dice. Yeah, South Node in the third house, and then also we've got Libra and Mercury. I really feel this is the end of a contract. This is maybe for some of you just like successfully completing a project and now you no longer work with this person or you no longer work with this client. I'm actually getting a feeling of relief as I look at the Death card, okay, because the sun is rising behind him. There's mushrooms growing, which is like whatever ending is taking place, something is being born from this. And with the sunflowers, there's still an element of celebration here. With the finances card, I have the Four of Cups reversed. Okay, so I'm actually going to take a clarifier for this one. It feels like there may be an opportunity, another opportunity to invest in something you'd previously said no to. Eight of Wands. Okay, definitely doubling down on that message there. I do think that there is going to be movement with the Eight of Wands on a financial situation that you previously thought was dead in the water or that was stagnant. Okay, and I also feel like you may have to invest more money up front than what you initially had anticipated, but I do think that there will be a positive outcome because I have the 11th house. When it comes to love, I have the Nine of Swords here. So what I'm picking up is that someone is feeling a little bit insecure. If you're in a relationship, the Nine of Swords is asking you to reassure your partner more because they're a little bit uncertain about if you still love them or where you stand on a certain topic. I feel like maybe they think they've disappointed you and you're being encouraged to tell them that, yes, I forgive you. Of course, you do actually forgive them. I'm going to pull a clarifier here because, you know, the shoe could be on the other foot. So let's just see. The Magician. Okay. You can work it out. All right, whatever problems exist in this connection, romantically speaking, with the Magician card, you can work it out. This isn't the end. It's not over. It's not donezo's. You can work through it if you want to work through it, okay? Operative word being if, because you still have free will and free choice. Now, if you are single, the Nine of Swords is giving me this energy of kind of freaking out. When am I going to meet someone? Why haven't I met someone yet? You know, I thought something would have come through by now, or I just had a good feeling about this, you know, period of my life, and where are they? The Magician card is saying, be patient, just wait. You know, there is someone out there for you, but the Nine of Swords is actually operating as a little bit of this self-sabotage energy. So you are being asked to release your fears and insecurities when it comes to romance and love in the final quarter of the year of 2025. Okay, so when it comes to family, we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this card came up either for group 1 or for group... No, you know what? I think it was group 2. So you may feel drawn to watch group 2. This card in this position is all about taking accountability. Either you or them. Someone needs to understand that their actions have consequences. Someone may need to apologize. Again, you or them with respect to a family member. And because I've got Mercury and the third house, this feels like sibling energy. Or this could be with a cousin, a niece, a nephew, or an auntie or an uncle. What I'm being guided to share here is diplomacy is key because I have Libra, right? And this is all about peace, harmony, balance, and equal give and take. Okay, so I also want to say if this person's not giving you anything, don't try to force it. Like don't, you know, try to get them to speak to you or to talk things out. Just wait until they're ready because I feel that a family member is kind of needing to have more self-awareness, and I'm actually being I'm actually thinking that this could be that same individual when we had the Queen of Cups and the Devil. So this could be a female member of your family, although it doesn't have to be. And then lastly, for the year, when it comes to property and living circumstances, we have the Four of Swords, which is all about rest. Okay, so this is saying to me, you won't be moving in the last quarter of the year. You'll be staying in one spot. I don't see you traveling around. I don't see you relocating. I don't see your living situation changing. I see it staying put. And also the Four of Swords can be a card of rest and relaxation. So I see you being at rest and at peace in terms of your property and living circumstances, which is really positive. I'm interpreting it as a positive. Lastly, I want to finish by pulling some potential obstacles and potential like positives or opportunities of 2025. I'm going to go for about 6 cards. Just give me one moment. Ooh. Okay. What else? Nearly there, guys. Just a couple more. I don't want to speak too soon, but there are only positives that have come out. Okay. Wow. Whoa. We have box, you will receive a gift. We have ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So you'll receive a gift. And ring, you know, I think a lot of my group 3s are going to be getting engaged or getting married in 2020. What year is it? 2025. We have broken bridge. This is the only negative that came out. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So to me, this is like having to let go of something that you were trying to force or to make work. But then we've also got stepping into a new experience. We've got bird flying, news is on the way, goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. We also have older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. Okay, so those are some of your blessings. Only one obstacle. All right, the feeling that I get overall is that you're stepping into this new chapter of your life. And with the vision card, it's like something that you have wanted, something that you've been calling in is coming through, and the obstacles and blocks are being lifted. Some of you are receiving a gift. Some of you are starting a new business, or, you know, welcoming a new business partner on board. And by the end of the year, I do see there being an increase in finances, so material wealth, or like it says, in your spiritual growth. Okay, so group 3, that's all I have for you for your 2025 tarot predictions. If you want to know more about what you can expect in 2025, you can purchase one of my 2025 yearly horoscopes, or you can purchase multiples. You can watch for your rising sun or moon sign. Okay, so if you want to buy your 2025 yearly horoscopes, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thank you so much, group 3, and now let's move on to group 4. Hi, group 4, for those of you who chose the amethyst crystal, the card Ask, or perhaps you were drawn to this deck here, which is Tarot of the Divine. Okay, so I'm actually going to start off by looking at your oracle cards before we get into the tarot cards. So first, straight off the bat, we have present. So this says mindfulness, silence, meditate, and breathe. We have the camel as the animal oracle card, and I'm actually going to read this one out from the description before continuing, so just bear with me. Okay, so camel. There we go. Resourceful, independent, knows oneself, The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, brackets, judgment or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, sparkle in the eye. When out of balance, dehydrated, lacks vitality. To bring into balance, a pilgrimage. Interesting. Okay. Before I even look at the oracle cards or the rest of them, I'm strongly getting this energy of 2025 being a big year for you when it comes to travel. This could be multiple trips, or this could be a trip which is actually quite life-changing for you. And some of you may be going on a pilgrimage, or you may have a very significant experience while you are traveling of a spiritual or religious nature. And for others of you, this could be deepening your yoga practice. Okay, so we have presence, welcome to the here and now, which goes hand in hand with the card present, and of course it says mindfulness down the bottom, so it's all about focusing on the present moment. We have full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Sagittarius is all about travel. Okay, so I want to take a moment here to say that this card reinforces the energy of the camel and this big focus on travel, but also Sagittarius is about religion, spirituality. And I want to tell you that Sagittarius season and the full moon in Sagittarius will be a very significant time for you. So that will be around November, December in 2025. That's not the only time that will be significant, but I just really want to make a point of it. We have moonlighting. Okay, and this card says you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. And then we also have cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So these two cards together indicate to me that some of you may be starting a business with another person. For others of you, you're going to be starting a side hustle or some kind of business venture on the side of whatever it is that you already do. Now we have the Citronella card. At the top it says expel. The trigger statement is I am being invaded. The true statement is I am pure. As you align with the frequency of peace, the invasions from outside yourself and dissonance within are neutralized. Coming back to this card that says cooperation instead of competition, this plus this card saying I am being invaded indicates to me that someone in your life may be doing something that you always wanted to do, and it kind of feels like they are taking steps towards your dream life or your dream career. And I'm getting a feeling of potentially like jealousy or just this person holding back a little bit where they could actually be helping you, but they're just sort of like keeping their cards close to their chest. Because this says cooperation instead of competition, what I want to say here is just give them time. This person is just working through some things, and you taking steps in this direction that they wanted to take steps in is just bringing up a little bit of insecurity for them because they feel that they should have done more with whatever it is that they've done so far. I know that's sort of a niche message, but just take it if it resonates. Now, I also have the thread card here and the rainbow. Okay, so this indicates that everything's going to make sense with the thread. This is like the red thread that connects everything together. Every experience in your life, every relationship, every incident, every job you've had, childhood trauma, it's all interconnected, and you in 2025 are going to understand why certain things happened to you, or why things happened in the way that they happened and at the time that they happened. There's like a real question mark that I feel from you about timing. Like, why is this happening now? Why can't I like skip to the good part, or just, yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions being answered. And this brings me back to your word of the year, which is ask. Ask for help, ask for clarity, ask for support, ask for what you need, ask for more time, ask for more time off, ask for the job that you want, ask for the promotion, ask to live wherever it is that you want to live. Ask that person, how do you feel about me? Ask the hard questions. Ask your kids, you know, what it is that is the issue or the problem. Ask them what's going on with them. Ask your significant other. Ask, okay? I've made my point here, I'm sure. I'm just getting a lot of questions for you guys. There's just, I see you questioning everything about your life, your relationship, your life purpose, where am I going, my career, my living situation. You're getting so many answers in 2025, I promise. Okay, so the first quarter of the year, we're going to look at career, finances, love, family, property and living situation, and then rinse and repeat for the other quarters. So let's just see. I hardly ever use this deck, but I'm very fond of it. So much went into the creation of this deck. It's just beautiful. In fact, I'll show you the box. Okay, I don't know how I did that. Yucky. I'm gonna glue it. But it's a beautiful deck. Okay, so let's look at love, family. Ooh, hello. Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles, property and living circumstances. And let me roll the dice as well. I've got Astro dice here that I'm using, which is so fun. I love my Astro dice. We've got the fourth house, the third house, Venus, Taurus, the Sun, and Gemini. Okay, with career, we've got Knight of Coins. So this tells me that there's progression, there's advancement, but it's slow. This is about crossing your T's and dotting your I's. In the first quarter of the year, I see you working very, very hard on a project, especially with Gemini and the third house coming out with your dice, okay? So there's a long-term project or something that takes a lot of energy. This is Taurus energy, and we also got the Taurus dice as well. You may be a Taurus sun, moon, or rising. Also, I'm getting Mars in Taurus, or you may be a Gemini, but anyway. The Knight of Pentacles is about playing the long game. So advice here is it's not time to quit. It's not time to drastically change how you do things. It's about, I'm hearing tidying things up, making them neat, making them orderly. Okay, and we've got Venus and Taurus. So this is like, I see you making something aesthetically pleasing with a project. And moving along though, we've got the Nine of Coins, or the Nine of Pentacles, in the position of finances. This is so positive. I feel even with Venus and Taurus and the Sun, that something very positive is happening for you in the first quarter of the year with respect to finances and resources. So this can be earning more money, increasing your salary, getting more sales from something from before. Like I'm hearing like a second bite of the apple. I could see you repurposing something to earn more money. I see you having the financial independence needed. This is kind of tying into the Knight of Pentacles. I just want to take a moment to say that if you're looking for a new job or you're looking for work, it will come. Slowly but surely it will come. So do not worry, that will come through for you in the first quarter of the year. It feels like things are stabilizing in February. I'm feeling like January, I mean, I'm releasing this halfway through January, but January is a little bit like things are all over the place, but February is going to see you starting to understand like what the next 2 or 3 months are going to look like. Now, for love and relationships, I have 8 of Cups. So there's a few different ways that I can interpret this. The most extreme is some of you ending a relationship in the first quarter of the year. So this could be with your significant other, or if you've been casually seeing someone, casually dating someone, and you're just like, this isn't it. I see you making that decision to walk away in the first quarter of the year. For those of you who are in a romantic relationship, I see this as some kind of issue being resolved and overcome, and it's not going to be brought up again. Okay, because I've got Taurus, which is about persistence. I have Venus, which is about love and relationships. I have the 4th house, which is about that stability in the relationship, and the 3rd house in Gemini, which is all about communications. So I really think that something important is being resolved when it comes to your romantic situation, and somehow this feels connected to finances and resources. So things will be okay. You'll work things out with your partner, or the person you're maybe breaking up with finances and resources. I really feel that you guys are going to be okay. Randomly getting emotional, so I feel like that's your energy, not my energy. So also with cooperation instead of competition, you know, I want to read this out to you. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. Okay, so if you've been worried about someone screwing you over financially, whether that's a loved one, family member, or something with work, like, you're not at threat. Your finances are very much okay. Financially, you will be okay. I just feel very strongly that I have to emphasize that message. When it comes to family, we have Ace of Pentacles. So this can be financial help from a family member. This can be them helping you out with a living situation, okay, even if it's temporary. Some of you may be starting a family, because the Ace of Pentacles can be a pregnancy or a birth, or a child coming into your life. For others of you, this could be someone in your family telling you that they are pregnant. And on a different note, this to me indicates that there's a family member, because I have Venus and the 3rd house and the 4th house. I'm inclined to say that this is a female family member where this relationship is pulling through, it's coming good. And what I'm hearing is that this person is surprising you, like a female family member is surprising you by this very sincere offer of a stable connection with you and a stable relationship with you. When it comes to property and living circumstances, I have the Emperor. Okay, so you may be required to assert your boundaries, whatever your needs are. I see you advocating for yourself. I see you being very strong in this, because I have Sun in the 4th house as well, and Sun in Taurus is like a very, I'm a Taurus Sun. It's like a very like stubborn and determined energy. So I feel like with your property and living situation, you know, you're putting your foot down with something and you're no longer tolerating something. Okay, so this could be like, no more BS in my household. Like, maybe this is a flatmate, maybe this is like your child or a parent. If you still live with your parents, it's like you're telling someone what's cool with you and what's not cool. And I'm like seeing like a very hard line being drawn in the sand of what you will and won't tolerate. So it feels like there's a lot of strength in you in that situation somehow. So looking at the second quarter of the year, the career, and then finances, love, family. I'll obviously tell you these cards in a moment. Family, and property and living situation. Okay. So career, Oh, actually, wait, no. Let me roll the dice. We do things in order. We Virgo moon around here. Okay, we have Leo in the 5th house. Interesting. We have Taurus again, also interesting, and the moon. And then we have Mars in the 10th house. Cool. So for career, we have the King of Wands. Beautiful. What a beautiful card. I'm in awe. Anyway, peacocks may be a symbol for you as well, like an animal spirit guide or totem or something of that nature. Anyway, the King of Wands is all about your creative vision, creativity, but it's also to do with being able to delegate to other people as well. So I feel like you will have a position to level up, to bring more creativity to your work, to possibly have underlings that you are delegating to. So you may be bringing employees on board if you own your own business, or perhaps you are becoming a supervisor or a manager and people are reporting to you. I see you feeling very strong in your career, feeling very capable. I see you being very charismatic and authoritative, but in a way where like you're charming and people are listening to you. And because I have Mars and the 10th house, well, the 10th house is Capricorn and Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So I see you doing a lot of important work. We also have Leo and the 5th house and Taurus, which are that's all really creative energy. So I see you being very, very creative when it comes to your work. When it comes to finances and resources in the 2nd quarter of the year, so this is April, May, June, we have the Ace of Wands, but then we also have the 9 of Wands. Okay, so what's interesting is the 9 of Wands is like a final push for something or like a final test. So for some of you, I see this as having to jump through certain hoops when it comes to being approved for a loan, or for paying someone back, or for proving your worth or your value when it comes to being eligible for a bonus or for a promotion. But then I have the Ace of Wands, which is like, you can do it, you've got this, you're motivated. These actually feel kind of disconnected, like they're not related somehow. On one hand, yes, you know what I said holds to be true, but on the other hand, I see you generating a new stream of income, or at the very least, you're planting the seeds, especially because I have that Taurus energy, okay, and the 5th house and Leo. So you're taking control, you're doing something very creative, or trying your hand at something creative to generate more income. And I do feel that it will eventually be successful, but I don't think your financial position will change until maybe June or later. Okay, when it comes to love and relationships, I've got the 2 of Cups reversed and the Chariot reversed. What does that tell me? That tells me you're giving your relationship another chance. You may be reconciling. You may be talking to an ex again, even if this is not about getting back together. With the Chariot reversed and the 2 of Cups reversed, another way that I can interpret this is your relationship is not changing, like the status is not changing. So if you're dating someone, you're not going to become exclusive during the 2nd quarter of the year. If you are with someone, I don't see you getting engaged or married in the 2nd quarter of the year. If you are single, I don't really see you meeting someone new in the 2nd quarter of the year. But like this isn't a negative, you know, this can also be like, we're just cruising. 2nd quarter of the year, relationship just stays the same. It just is what it is. I have the moon and Taurus, okay? The moon is exalted in Taurus. So I actually think that even if there's no change in your relationship, it just feels comfy, it feels secure, it feels stable. I've got Leo in the 5th house, which, you know, that's about love and romance. So it's just like things are even keel, even Steven, like there's kind of nothing to report here. When it comes to family, I have the 5 of Swords card. And what's interesting is when this card flew out, it hit my Shiva stone, which is about fertility. Okay, so this feels important somehow, especially because children are represented by the 5th house, Leo energy, and the moon. And I got all of that with my dice. So first and foremost, if there's someone in your life who is struggling with fertility, you know, you can guide them to invest in this Shiva stone. But on a different note, like, you know, leaving that to the side, I do think that there may be a little bit of family like conflicts going on in the second quarter of the year. It's sort of like bickering energy. We've got the moon in the 5th house, so maybe this is with your child. I'm going to actually take a clarifying card for this just to see who else it could be. I've got Mars here. Could be a brother or a male cousin or like an uncle. What is this bickering energy about? Got the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is like he said, she said, an agreement. You know, you promised me this. You said you would do that. It feels really dumb. It feels like it's not a big deal at all. I just want to emphasize that this is not a huge argument. This is not a blowout. This isn't like a falling out or the ending of a relationship. Look, 5 of Wands underneath the deck. This is just some like clashing energy. Okay, it doesn't feel significant though. I feel, okay, let's see, when is this going to happen? So this is the second quarter of the year. This energy feels mid-April and it will be resolved around the 10th of May, second week of May. Okay, so don't stress about it. When it comes to property and living circumstances, we have the 8 of Swords, okay? So this indicates to me that you guys are feeling a bit trapped in your situation or a bit stuck. I don't want to live here. I don't want to be here. Oh, this person is annoying me. My flatmate's annoying me. My mum's annoying me. Or maybe you're traveling and you're like in a hostel or the situation just feels a little bit like, ugh. But, you know, the 8 of Swords is always about feeling trapped, but not actually being trapped. Like there's a way out. You know, you don't have to stay in this situation. Yeah, the energy that I'm getting from you is like, it's a little bit like, I feel so tired. I don't want to move. I don't want to take the steps to get myself out of the situation because they feel difficult and I don't have the energy. But when you do that, things will be okay because we have the moon in Taurus, but we also have Mars. So you have to act to improve your living situation. And yeah, we've got the 9 of Cups. Okay, so this is like healing energy, wish fulfillment. You know, everything will be okay. You just need to take that first step to make sure that you are heading in the right direction. What I'm getting here is don't stand still. Don't stay where you are. Don't put up with what you're putting up with. You need to act. You need to have a difficult conversation, or you need to move on or ask someone to move out, and it'll be fine. Okay, so let's look at the third quarter of the year, July, August, September. For career, I should use these cards more. They've got like a real nice weight to them and the texture is really interesting. I really like it. Anyway, enough of my commentary. Let's look at finances. Love. Family. Same card as previously. Okay, and then 8 of Swords. Oh, sorry, not 8 of Swords. I was going to say living, property and living circumstances. All right. I'm going to roll the dice. Seventh house, Mercury, 12th house, North Node, Aries, and Capricorn. Alrighty, so career, we have 3 of Cups. I see you making friends at work, okay? Maybe this is a new co-worker that comes on board and you're like, new bestie alert. Or this is like you even developing a friendship with a client or someone that you've like collaborated with and this developed into a beautiful friendship. I could see this being like work drinks or something fun, some kind of event. And you know, that sounds kind of trivial, but it's not because it's come out in the cards. The cards want you to know that you will find your friends at work or that there will be new friendships developing with work. Even if no one new comes on board, I see this as you are going to feel that there's a much more social environment or aspect to your work. If you work for yourself like I do, then this could be an opportunity to work somewhere or in certain spaces where there's like hustle and bustle. So this could be like marketplaces. This could be you facilitating events. I just see you meeting a lot of people, especially because I have Mercury and the 7th house in Capricorn. So we're combining that energy together. When it comes to finances and resources, we have the 2 of Wands. I see you making very important decisions about your finances and resources. And what do we have here? We've got the 7th house and Mercury, and then the North Node and Aries. So I see you wanting to take action quickly, or it's like things come up and you're being guided to make decisions. I would say with the card here that says present as well as presence, do not forget about your current financial obligations. It's fun to plan for the future, but don't overextend yourself. I do see this as you planning out ways to earn more money, okay? And I do think that that is going to come through a little later in the year. Alrighty, when it comes to love, I have the Page of Swords reversed. So to me, this is a miscommunication, okay? This is someone saying something that they didn't mean with that Mercury and Aries energy. I just feel like someone just blurted something out and they didn't mean it. Let's just clarify, why is this card here? We've got the Queen of Wands, okay? What else is coming through is like someone accidentally telling you that they have feelings for you, or you figure this out through social media, because the Page of Swords reversed is like, whoops, you know, they're kind of like lurking your page, and maybe they like double tapped on your photo, or they sent you like a risky DM and then they like deleted it, but you already saw that message. Obviously, these are kind of niche messages. When it comes to those of you who are let's say single or looking or maybe casually dating, the Page of Swords reversed is like someone is not telling you the full truth, or maybe they're holding back their feelings for you because they do find you really attractive. And with the dice, you know, that Aries energy is quite like sexual, quite passionate. So for others of you, this could be like, okay, I'm just hearing like sexting, maybe with someone who is an ex or someone you thought you were over, or maybe you're getting, okay, these messages are getting weird now, an unsolicited photo. Anyway, moving on to family, we've got the 9 of Cups. Okay, this is really beautiful. I feel that there's a emotionally deep and healing and clarifying conversation that you have with a family member. A family relationship is being healed. There's like a reuniting that's taking place. I'm seeing tears. I feel like this is a long-held grudge, because I have Mercury in Capricorn. It's like we keep having the same arguments again and again, or we keep like hitting a ceiling and we can't like break through that. And just, oh, even as I said that, I was just drawn to this, right? Where it's like the rainbow comes after the rain, which is sorrow. And even here, she's like, you know, breaking through. And I know this was in the love component, but nevertheless, it just feels like you're finally overcoming a long-standing quarrel or issue with a family member. Because I have Mercury, this could be with a sibling, a brother, sister, cousin, niece, nephew, auntie, or uncle, although it doesn't have to be. So lastly, with what quarter are we up to? The 3rd quarter of the year. For property and living circumstances, I've got the 4 of Coins, the 4 of Pentacles. So I actually see this as you just feeling stable and secure where you are, not looking to move, not looking to change anything, just staying put, enjoying it, enjoying that sense of security. And, you know, there's, yeah, not too much else to report on that one. So now let me tick that off and let's move on to the 4th quarter of the year for group 4. Okay, so this is for career, the moon, okay, bit of confusion there. Finances, 2 cards have come out. Queen of Swords, 7 of Wands. Love. Oh, 2 cards have come out. 8 of Wands and the Hermit. and family. Whoa, it's a lot of cards. Oh, the Lovers. 10 of Wands and 5 of Swords. Bit of an anticlimax there, but whatever's going on with family, it's going to work out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, what did I do? Career, finances, family. Oh, because multiple cards came out. Okay, and then property and living circumstances. Hanged Man. And let me roll the dice. The dice, we got Aries again, 9th house, 8th house, Moon, Scorpio, and Uranus. Alrighty, so with career, we have the Moon in the last quarter of the year. So to me, this is indicative of not really knowing as you close out the year what the next thing is with work and career. It doesn't need to be like a dramatic thing or negative. It just feels like there's some kind of question mark hovering over your career as you close out the year. Okay, so, or maybe, do you know what? I'm gonna pull a card and just see. 7 of Cups, Knight of Cups. Oh yeah. So it's almost like there's a lot of options. There's a lot of different directions you could go in. Do I apply for this new job? Do I apply for this promotion? Do I want to change departments? Do I want to collaborate with this person again? Do I want to offer these services? I just see there being a lot of different opportunities that are coming through. With the Knight of Cups, the guidance here is choose what you're passionate about. Choose what you would love to do. Choose what would bring you emotional satisfaction. When it comes to finances and resources, we have the 7 of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Okay, very defensive cards. And so what I'm getting here is that you are going to be working hard to keep your financial situation stable, but I also see you as like not defending, but it's almost like advocating for why you deserve a pay rise. And lastly, I see this as you being very level-headed and very clear-cut about what decisions you want to make with respect to your finances and resources. When it comes to love, we have the 8 of Wands and the Hermit. So this is about having an important conversation with your significant other, which is the 8 of Wands, that you haven't discussed in a long time. So maybe you had agreed that you wouldn't discuss a certain thing until something had occurred or until something had transpired. For others of you, this is like flirtations coming through after a drought. So I can see you like going to parties or just like maybe getting back out there when it comes to dating apps. When it comes to those of you who are in a relationship, I can actually the Hermit card is like doing some soul searching, and I feel like one of you is apologizing to the other person after having some kind of big epiphany, especially because I have Moon and Scorpio and the 8th house. So this is about being vulnerable with your significant other. And look at this darkness followed by all of this color. And you know, this is like a winter landscape, and this is like fire as well as that color. To be fair, this is still a winter landscape. See, so the two are tying into each other. So this is like something in your love life is being illuminated. When it comes to family, I have the 10 of Wands. I have the 5 of Swords. So this is underpinned by the Lovers card. So some kind of difficult family relationship or connection is going to be brought into balance by the Lovers energy. I feel like a lot of these family pulls, like in this section for a lot of the groups have really been about resolving family issues. And I do think that that is coming. Like with Uranus and the moon and the 8th house in Scorpio and even Aries, this is all like super quick energy, and moon is family. And so it's like that rapid transformation that is coming through. So just be careful that you're not having unnecessarily, you know, emotionally immature bickering matches with that 5 of Swords energy. And this is, I forget what their names are in like ancient Egyptian mythology, but this card represents a brother-sister relationship. So I'll just park that there. And then when it comes to property and living circumstances, the last card that we have is the Hanged Man. Okay, so to me, this indicates that as you close out the year, there is something about your property and living situation that is in a little bit of a limbo state. So this could be about like, when does this person move in? When do I move out? When does the property settle? Should we buy? Should we sell? Or maybe you're like expecting someone to like visit you from interstate or abroad, and there's just a little bit of a delay. Even if you are relocating, the Hanged Man can indicate that there are just some delays afoot. And lastly, group 4, I'm going to pull some cards for potential obstacles and opportunities in 2025. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull about 6 cards like I did for the others. Two, 3, 4, 5, one more. Okay, 2 wanted to come out. So, crazy synchronicity. 1, we've got the camel again. Camel, camel. 2, I mentioned that the peacock may be a symbol for you guys, and we've got the peacock card. The camel says, persevere and you will overcome problems. Okay, kind of similar energy to this camel, which is all about resourcefulness. The peacock is beware of great pride. I want to take a moment here to say that this feels like it's connected to family relationships. We've got chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Okay, so this could be a boss, a co-worker, a client, or the breakdown of a friendship. And let's see what else is going on here. We have tent, temporary situation. Okay, so some of you may be in a living situation that is quite literally representative of this, or it's like your living situation is temporary. We've got ink pot, problems to be resolved, but we've also got needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted, and lastly, target, a goal-oriented person. So to me, because this is saying a sincere wish will be granted and it's together with a target, it's like you will hit your target. And would you look at this beautiful synchronicity here? Okay, the thread, needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. Okay, so just whatever your most sincere wish is, whatever you've been hoping for, all you need do is ask and it will be granted in one way or another. So group 4, that's all I have for you for 2025. If you enjoyed this predictions video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content about what to expect for your 2025, I've actually got my 2025 yearly horoscopes that are now available for sale. So I'll leave a link in the description box below for you. Wishing you many blessings for the year ahead, group 4, and I'll see you guys in my next video.